Alright, cool. Welcome everybody to Metroid Hunters. We gotta just get show on the road, so I'm just go immediately into it. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so yeah, this is the very first like DS game, DS Metroid game essentially. It's essentially a handheld Metroid Prime. It's really cool. This game controls using mostly a touchscreen. Also, you play on a 3DS, so I have the circle pad to work with as well too. Makes things a bit easier to move around with. And yeah, throughout the entire run, I'll be doing a lot of menuing on the bottom screen here, a lot of just aiming and stuff as well too, and a lot of cool things. And unlike other Metroid games, you actually start off with like all the upgrades you're gonna get in the game, outside of like the weapons we'll get eventually. So in this case, by default, we have Boost Ball, we have Morph Ball, we have Scan Visor, we have Charge Beam. We can charge our missiles as well too, and we have missiles by default as well. There's also Metroid Prime Pinball, yes, but this is the one that's like, I guess, main series. Either way, I don't know. I'm flustered. We took a while to set up. It happens. Last minute tech issues, whatever. Anyways, don't worry about it. Regardless, yeah, we got destroy those enemies right here. They're called Psychobits. They're interesting, I guess. We're seeing them a lot throughout the game. They're pretty cool. But yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of plot.
Shasta, I'm sad to say that I just got off the phone with Mike Uyama from GQ, and you're banned from all speedrunning events ever.
No.
You're fine. Tech issues happen. It's just late.
It happens.
And I sound
no
grumpy,
worries.
and my throat's a little bit raspy, but you're fine. Don't worry about
I know, we're good. I ain't worried. It's fine. It happens. But yeah, something that's very cool right here, though, is actually get to the first glitch of the run. This game is very broken in general. And here's the first one we're about to do in a second. This is what we call a dip clip, essentially. What we're going to do is going to dip up and down using a Morph Ball jump. And if you boost at the right time when you hit the ground here, we're able to clip right into his pillar. And that'll allow us to... There we go, first try. Allow us to skip this fight here. It's taking about 30 seconds. We're doing another one of those soon as well, too. But for now, we just got to get there. So another thing though as well too is that throughout the entire game to move as fast as I can, I'll be using Morph Ball and just boosting it over again. I can use R to do that. But I can also use the touchscreen and just like go forward with it or go in any direction. And that boosts automatically. Oops, accidentally shot a missile at myself. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Just gonna go around the terrain here and just to skip a few little bits of platforming. There we go. Yeah, this game looks really good, honestly. So, in a PB attempt, you can actually clip out of bounds to get to the next item we need to get, and skip this cutscene here, where we see Candon, the very first hunter of the game that we encounter. But I'm not doing that because if I fail it, I go really far back. The checkpoint's not until like a room from now. But yeah, we're gonna get the first time in the game. Then we're gonna do what is I consider the hardest skip of the game, right early on into the run. I'm hoping I don't fail this. If I fail it once, then I'll just we'll see what happens. I don't do fail. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm gonna need some concentration for this. What I'm gonna do is I'm lining myself up right against this wall here, doing a very specific step, and then I'm gonna try and unmorph after I boost ball into it. If I can get it. It's a little bit tight timing. It's a little bit tight. We got this though, don't you worry. It's just a little bit of a precise trick. Oh no. There we go. As soon as I clip into the wall, everything is currently unloaded. The only way I can see things is using the scan visor like this. And we're gonna pick up a UI expansion here we currently can't see. Then go up. I actually missed the platform. Let me try that again. Oops. No, I keep missing the platform. This is not good. This is not good. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I am right now. Let me try this. No? Okay. So this is right over here is the item I need to get. But currently I can't find the platform I need to be on to get close to it. This is not good. One of those never happened before moments. Rather, it has to happen to me in a run in a while. Wait, I think we're good? Maybe? No? No, okay, never mind. Hashtag that's never happened before, haha. Haha, funny. I don't know what I'm getting stuck on, though. I can't go right currently. And that's the weird part to me. I don't know what I'm getting stuck on right now. It's making this happen. Okay, well, this is weird. I don't know why I don't know what's going on right here. And that's not a good sign for a speedrunner, to say the least. That's not a good thing to say. I'm trying to figure out. Wait, am I on the platform? I think I might be. No, I'm not. I'm not there. Yeah, I'm still below here, and that's not what I need to be. I need to be on the platform, but I'm not finding the platform. I'm like stuck somewhere. Like I'm not sure what I'm stuck on. Like I can't. Yeah, like I'm stuck like right here. It's not a wall. Like what? What am I stuck on? I'm so confused right now. This shouldn't be happening. Like, what? I knew I should have done a safety checkpoints. Damn it. I knew I should have done a safety checkpoint here. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's our solution. We're gonna just do this. We'll checkpoint ourselves a little bit further back. Sorry in advance. That's not supposed to happen there. That was really weird. So in that room, there's a very specific platform you jump on, and then from there I have to jump. I have to jump to like a side, like a wall. There's like a little platform attached to the wall there. That's what I jumped to, and like from there, I morph ball and then get the item that I need, which in this case is Volt Driver, and I'm supposed to have like way later into the game, but instead I get a few minutes into the run, and having that saves a lot of time for later on. So yeah. I don't know what happened to make that happen. Is all I'm saying. That shouldn't, because like I don't know what I was getting stuck on there. I know the layout of the room in my head, so like that shouldn't have happened. I don't understand. So I guess we're just gonna try that again. Ignore that happened. There we go. Now I got it. And here's what I'm gonna do now. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hit a checkpoint that's closer to where I was. So if that does happen again, now that I am on notice, now that I'm suddenly on notice, we'll be at least closer to where we were before. So that's at least good. That's something better than bad. It's better than bad. It's good. Yeah. All right. Well, so we're gonna do that. That was really weird though. Like this is like I said, it's the hardest trick of the entire run. It wasn't for that reason why I said that. Like that shouldn't happen to me. I've lied this trick out a lot, like a lot. So I'm really confused as to how I got stuck on anything there. Like I don't know what I got stuck on. Like I'm stuck on this conversation topic. That's what I'm stuck on. But yeah, missed right there. Oh yeah, all items, by the way, you get all the items in the game, if that's not obvious enough. It's not called 100% because 100% includes scanning everything. And that's like, I'm not even kidding you, like 75% of the total like percent counter. It's weird. But yeah, I'm gonna go up here. Going up here lets me hit another checkpoints, and that's good. Oh wait, I need to actually kill these enemies though, because like they actually get in my way if I don't use missiles, which I do need missiles in a second. Actually, don't need missiles in a second, but regardless, we're not using missiles here to get this room. So if I go through this door here, it'll give me a checkpoint, and then from here, I can go back, no problem. And now I'll respawn at that door, and then we can do the trick. All right, here we go. Now we're good. All right, so let's try that again. Don't know why that happened. I'm seriously just baffled, even still. First try. All right, first try on that clip. So we're jumping on a platform like right here, no problem. Seeing the thing in the distance over there, just gonna walk straight towards it, jump right there. We're stuck under that thing, so now we can go back up here. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, okay, we got the thing now. There we go. Okay, now we're good. And now here's the thing. So we have for a long time with this game, this was our holy grail trick. It was like the thing if we found would save a lot of time, just getting Volt Drive early, but we couldn't get out for a long time. But the way to get out now is using what's called a dick clip, which is a little bit ago, and first try a natural clip, but now we have to actually find our way out of here, which is really good. So now we're currently going along the seam of the room, trying to just not fall out of bounds. We're currently almost falling out of bounds, but we're currently not out of bounds just yet. So I'm gonna go right here and then do a boost ball and then jump at the right time. There we go. Okay, we're good. All right, we're good. we're safe. We're good to go. We're leaving. That should have happened first. I don't know why it didn't happen before. Don't worry about it. We're good. All right. Things should be smooth sailing until we get the video later. That's like 15 minutes from now. Don't worry about it. All right. We're good. We're good. We did it. Let's go. Okay, some pogs in the chat for advancing the speedrun. Whoa, let's go. Yeah. I'm missing Panda entirely. Like I said, game's very busted. Broken video game, but not broken that way. That was a first for me. Unfortunately, it happened in a marathon run, but you know what? It happens. All we gotta do is just move on. Bam. Alright, we're good. Ay. Alright, so there we go. So earlier when I clipped into that pillar and then jumped upwards, I got an artifact. So in order to beat this game, you need 3 artifacts in each area of the game. And once you get that, you can fight the boss. And then after you fight the boss, you're good, basically. So now we're gonna go over here, use our missiles. This game has rocket jumping, by the way, so you can just kind of, shoot a missile at the ground, and then it gives you height. You can also Coyote Jump, which means you can, if you go over a gap and then jump, or then press the jump input, you're still able to jump, no problem. Which is gonna be useful for a few things later, but we'll get into that. But yeah, for now we're just gonna go over here. My cheeky run back in 2015 was all I am. This is the main category of the game. I also made this exact run to the upcoming HCQ 2022. Hopefully it gets in, but we'll see. There's a lot of new stuff, just like that trick I did a second ago in the run now. But yeah, this is the first boss of the game. This is Credited. This boss is a bit faster now using Volt Driver, now that we had that early. Mostly just for the crystal. Essentially, we just gotta hit the eyes on the side here. Then when it opens up, we, yeah, then after it opens up, we just, hit the crystal over and over again, rinse and repeats, etc, 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 etc. That's all we gotta do. Ah. Alright, cool. There we go, that's first boss right there. And now, so the win condition for beating this game is to get all 8 octoliths, which is what spawns in after you defeat a boss like this. So yeah. That's octolith 1 out of 8. And that's how you beat the game. That's unfortunately the only... There's no fast way to beat the game. There's unfortunately no fast way to beat the game. You can't, skip past those at all. Because that unlocks the final area on the, overworld map. So... yeah. But yeah, after that we have to escape. But in this case, since we were able to get Volt Driver early, we're about to do a lot of stuff, we're about to do a lot of things, just, not in the normal order, let's just say that much. So first off, we're gonna go right over here to this corner, or to, just platform, let myself up, and then do one of these, and then get over to this boost pad. And hey, look at that, a yellow door. It unlocks with the yellow power, aka Volt Driver. So we're gonna go ahead and use that, and then go into this area not supposed to be in for a while in the game, just way early. And then we're gonna just kind of scan this thing through the wall, because we just can. That skips the entire room, saving a minute or so of just movement and stuff. So that's pretty cool. This room's also the laggiest room in the entire game. If I move quickly through here, it doesn't lag as much, so that's at least good. But I wasn't as fast as I could have been, so yeah. More lag! Let's go! All right. And now we're gonna hope to make this platform cycle here. We'll hopefully make this. Gotta get out of the way of the Guardian currently trying to hurt us. Yeah, there we go. We made it. It's perfect. Still hurt me though. Thank you, Guardian. Very cool. And now this whole section here is a sort of morph ball maze, but instead of going through it normally, we're just gonna do this. Just bomb jump, boost after the second bomb, and then go right over here and get another power way earlier than intended. We got shock coil now. So shock coil is kind of like a Tesla coil, and it does more damage the longer you have like the actual shock coil out on an enemy. It does damage over time essentially. It's very good. And now I actually should have waited a little longer before I hurt him, but it's fine. There we go. This room, all I have to do is just destroy one of the Guardians. There are two in here. That's all I gotta do. Oops. Now we're gonna go over here to this, get that artifact, and then we're gonna do a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of a sweep of just everything we've unlocked so far. So we go into this portal right here. I think it's out to the main like area, I guess, of this portal maze. And we can just jump down here, get UA tank, jump down here, get this artifact we unlocked earlier, no problem. And then just jump right over here. Not really intended to jump, but we can just, or you know, that can just happen. Okay. That's never happened before, and that sucks because yeah, this is a horrible start to we have to start back at the beginning of the escape sequence. This shouldn't have happened. Again, another that's never happened before moment. What a horrible start to this run. I hope it gets better later. I don't understand why this is going so badly. I've never failed that jump before. That was really weird. Anyways, we're just gonna move on from that and just pretend that didn't happen at all. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over here, no problem. Get you over here, do a bomb jump onto this, jump across to that, bam, there we go. Hey, look, a yellow door. That's a Volt Driver door. We unlocked it way earlier than intended. No problem at all whatsoever. So now we're just gonna go right over here. No problem, no problem. Just go right here. Scan this to the wall. No problem once again. Skip the entirety of this room. Unfortunately, all these enemies spawned in now, so this room is just super laggy. Can't do anything about that. It's just how the room normally is. Unless I move really quickly, but at the right spot. But unfortunately, it's not moving really quickly and not at the right spot, so that was the problem. It's all good though. So now we unlock this artifact right here, but we gotta make a platform cycle now. Hopefully I made that. I think we're good. Maybe. Barely made that. We were super close to missing it. I don't know how that Guardian sniped me. He's like right below where that platform is. What an absolute god. Incredible. Alright. Once again, going back over here, getting shock coil. Shock coil is very good power. It'll be useful for like all the credit fights in the future. But for now, we're just gonna get it and just keep it in our back pocket for a little bit. Yeah, hopefully this now goes a bit better. It's gonna wait a bit. There we go. Barely got him last second there before he built the platform. That's good. Alright. Getting that switch, unlocking this artifact, and then doing the I am sweep again and not filling that jump that I've never filled in my entire life. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take it very slowly now. I should probably take it at the same pace. That's the pace I'm used to, and I'm saying that pace will not be a good thing. Oops. Yeah, like that's not hard. I don't know why I failed that last time. That's like not even the hard part of this. The hard part's actually the very next room, but I'm gonna take that extremely slowly and not die there. Which is my plan all along anyways, so like, yeah, that was the plan all along anyways. I was gonna take this room slowly regardless, because I didn't want to die here and go back, but too late for that. Now we're just gonna take it slowly and have all this existential dread in the back of my head because I died there when I shouldn't have died there. Anyways, doesn't matter. So far this is a run. So far this is a run that's happening. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna survive and not die. We're good. All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm taking everything just super slowly now, so nothing bad happens. Oh wow, okay, it actually got me. Sorry about that. I thought I actually killed it. Apparently I didn't. Now we're good. Just don't die. Easy. Exactly. See, that's what normally happens with this run, is I don't die. And, like, nothing weird and out of the ordinary happens. Now, unfortunately, like, my estimate's usually pretty lenient for this game, but now I've wasted most of this estimate here. So, hopefully we'll be fine. Hopefully things will be fine from here on out. There's one section of the run I'm super worried about, because the same thing that happened there, where I had to restart the entire escape sequence, could happen again. But like, I'll just be amazing, so it'll be okay. Don't you worry about it. I'll just be very good at the game. How about that? Anyways, let's get this commentary and this run back on track, shall we? Let's just do that. So, Alinos, this is the second planet of the game right here. This is planet number 2. Yeah. Okay, so this planet has a lot of lava and stuff on it. There's a lot of rocks and just rocky terrain in general. That's kind of the outline of it. First off, we're gonna go right over here through the lava, which like doesn't really hurt us much, and just fill a boost ball there. No big deal. Get that missile tank and just move on. So for missiles, this run, by the way, are not really useful for combat. They're mostly just useful for clipping half-pounds and missile jumping and stuff. That's really all they're useful for. But what is useful is going over here, doing a little boost ball, and skipping that maze section there, saving like 30 seconds. That's pretty useful, I'd say. That's a good thing, overall. Nice little first try on that skip. Oh wait, that's right. I don't have to do this. I have Volt Driver early, so I can just go through here, skip 2 rooms of enemies, and go straight, and I'll skip a cutscene and save a lot of time that way. That's pretty good. Shout out to that. Big shout out to that one. Big fan. Wait, that thing clipped out of bounds. Oh my god, I haven't had that happen in a while. Yeah, so the enemy clipped out of bounds right there. That was cool. Sometimes when it hits you, it just like flings itself backwards and just goes through the wall. That hasn't happened to me in a while, but like that's a positive thing instead of a negative thing. Big ups to that. Let's go. Anyways, artifact. We got that. The thing we fought a second ago, his name's Fire. He's one of the hunters as well. We're gonna find him again right here. First, I'm gonna charge missiles through the wall, which for some reason just fires through the wall after his cutscene starts, and just initiates and just makes him start moving a bit earlier. Don't know why, but it's a thing that happens. While we're fine, we're getting the missile tank here, and then just have him follow me for a while, and then we're gonna kill him once I hit him again. Once I hit him again. There we go, I hit him again. He drops a switch there, so I need to be near him. And I'll unlock the very last artifact we need. Cool. It's artifact number 3. So in that case, we're gonna go straight to the boss fights. We're gonna go right over there, no problem. Alright, so yeah, all I'll do over there is just back up into the portal, no problem. Of note though, I actually scanned that escape portal there. Or rather, it's not an escape portal, it's like a teleport that takes you back to where your ship is. Normally not supposed to be able to use those during escape sequences, but I'll do a little trick later after his boss fight that allowed me to do that. But first we got the boss fight. This is Slench. He's this kind of like giant circular thing on the wall. He's kind of giant circle thing on the wall here. You're not supposed to be able to use Volt Driver on him, so he just kind of dies quickly. Now here's a bunch of one-shot kills if I time it correctly. You get a one-shot kill these tentacles if you like time them perfectly correct. Time your charge shot perfectly correct, I mean. And once again, not supposed to have Volt drivers, so he just kind of dies. Which is very good. Then, bam, bam, bam. I messed that timing up again, it's fine. One-shot kills are a bit tricky to get. But yeah, one more. There we go. I think, so after the fight, the Octolith spawns on top of me, if I'm at the right spots. But I was unfortunately not at the right spot there, so yeah. I was a little bit further back from where the Octolith spawns in. If I pause in time, if I hold pause, I'm able to actually like pause on top of the Octolith and skip the cutscene that happened a second ago, where the camera just kind of went around the room. Which would save like 10 seconds, but yeah, it was almost had it. I was just a little bit off. Those times these are a bit hard to get. But yeah, we'll get there. It's all good. So now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over this room. Go through this door right here. That'll load the next room, then load this one back in. And for some reason, this portal just works. I don't know why, but it just works, and it shouldn't be. That's not supposed to work during an escape sequence, but it just does. But going through that portal saves like a minute or so of travel. It also skips one of the hunters in the game. That hunter being Weevil, the one that splits into two and like swings his arms at you. It's that one. That we skipped that one, so we actually don't see him ever in the entire game. Because hunters can appear in other planets sometimes, but like we never see him because of that. Speaking of other planets, this is Arcterra. Arcterra is the third planet we're gonna visit in this run. There are 4 planets total, but like this is the third one. This is personally my favorite one to go fast on because it's just super broken. And that's gonna be very apparent in like 5 seconds. So we're going down here into this room. Gonna charge a missile for no apparent reason. Going right over here, and hey, look at that, out of bounds. We're gonna go straight back inbounds here because you know that out of bounds allows us to skip one of the hunters called Noxus. We still need to go through here and get everything in this room. So we're gonna go over here, flip out of bounds once again. Unfortunately, missed the E-Tank on the way down, which just happens. It's hard to do that. You can get the E-Tank out of bounds and still fall down. And this door is currently locked because we didn't go through the intended way. So we're just gonna clip through that wall, no problem. And then we go right up here, up to this little ledge, and this surface is a little glitchy, so we're just gonna kind of just, oops, didn't do that right. Just gonna kind of jump through. It just works. So yeah, we effectively saved a few minutes in that room there, skipping a hunters fight with one of the hunters, and just getting and like going around hitting a few things there. But wait, there's more. We're gonna do a bomb jump right here, go forward, and this is gonna skip this room below us, which saves like 2 minutes. There's like a lot of enemies in that room that just don't die, and there's like they keep spawning over and over again. It sucks. I'm glad we skip it. And we also get a missile tank on the way over there. But wait, there's more. There's more skips. So first off, we're gonna go over here and missile jump on this pillar. This is gonna allow us to skip the puzzle in this room, saving like 30 seconds. And we get what's supposed to be our first power in the game for a long time. It was Judicator. This is kind of an icy power that just bounces around the room if it doesn't hit anything. There we go. That's what it is. For a long time, this is the first power we got in the run, but like now it's our third thanks to Volt Driver early. But yeah, we skipped like a lot of stuff in Arcterra, and now our goal is to get all three artifacts. So right here's the second one. Just like that, and then we go right over here. Scan this portal for later. Yeah, it's very quick-esque. It's very quick-esque for sure. This is the only Metroid Prime game where that's even possible to do anything similar to a quick missile jump like that, or a quick rocket jump rather. It's only like Metroid game that allows you to do this. But it's really cool. Metroid Prime Hunters for Nintendo DS. Hello? I was having trouble controlling myself for a second there. There we go. They go right in the center of this little pathway here where there's a switch that'll unlock this door. Oops. There we go. Right over through here. We're gonna bomb this door so that once it closes, it's just open for us on the way out of here. That saves a few seconds. There's our third artifact. So we're getting that, and then we're gonna go back to that boss portal. Then earlier also bombed this door, so it's just open for us automatically. So now we're just gonna make our way back there real quick. No problem. Alright. If I'm not mistaken, this is a donation marathon, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I guess now would be a good time for donations.
Yeah, and just to remind everybody, we are raising donations for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and we do have a few donations that have come in. We have a $15 donation from AJ Shanks. No message, but no problem. AJ, thank you for the $15. Thank you very much. We also have $20 from Dangerous, who says, was out and about earlier, but I got back just in time for the start of fellow Glad Jonas alumni, Mr. Shasta's run, hosted by the incomparable Internet Life Coach. Love donating to great causes like this, and excited to see the rest of the runs donating to save the animals. I think the Save the Animals incentive has already been completed, but the $20 is still going to this great cause. Dangerous, thank you for the 20, and AJ, thank you for the 15. Thank you both very much. Keep your donations coming in. I'll be glad to read all of them.
Heck yeah, thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate that, dude.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah. So, the room I was in a second ago, by the way, is usually a very, very luck-heavy room, but by shooting 2 missiles into the ground, for some reason, it just resets all the luck in that room before the door opens, and allows me to just have perfect luck there every time, and not have any enemies or bosses or hunters or anything spawn in that room, so that's a cool thing that happens. Also, we're just gonna go through this lava, which, like, doesn't hurt us at all, for whatever reason, and just, like, do a little shortcut to this room, just like that. Now we gotta fight 3 Guardians in order to actually open up the way we need to go. So that's what we're gonna do. Thankfully, all 3 of these Guardians drop health for us, so like the last room like doesn't have like a lasting effect of having low health for a while for us. That was a weird way to phrase it, but don't worry about it. There we go. Pretty good, pretty good. And also, it makes what I'm about to do in a second not super dangerous at all. So I'm gonna go over here, and we're gonna go clip out of bounds once again. What a surprise! We're going out of bounds this run, crazy. But yeah, we're gonna use a missile right here. This one's a bit tricky. Hey, second try, nice. So we're able to clip out of bounds, and then I have to hold forward immediately afterwards. And if I do it correctly, I don't get pushed too far back, and it allows me to go right around this barrier. Which normally to get to this part of this room, you have to hit a few switches in the previous room that will allow you to essentially fling yourself across the room in order to get over to the door on top of that room over there. But we skipped all that because it's very slow to do all that, even though it looks very cool. We kind of yee yourself everywhere. It's actually kind of cool, but we don't do that because it's slow. But yeah, that's a pretty cool thing that happens. Now right here is actually the reason why we come back. We're doing this planet right now, rather than just doing Arcterra all the way through and find the boss there and everything. The reason is I need to defeat this little mini boss right here using Shock Coil. Shock Coil is very good for just damage output in general. And it gives us Magmall. Magmall is essentially like a grenade that explodes on the ground after a few seconds. Except it explodes on impact if it hits like something, like for instance that barrier there. If it hit that barrier, it explodes. But yeah, it has a very huge blast radius, is my point, and it's very good. We'll be using it a decent amount in this run, like later on. But yeah, instead of going around the room to the right here, we're actually just going to go straight through this barrier by scanning that little thing there. And there's an artifact in the very top of this room, so we're just going to go back down here and just collect it like that. And we're just going to get out of here now after doing that. We're just leaving. So yeah, then we're gone. With that, we're going right back to Arcterra. Bam. It's good for all Metroid runs. Well, I'm sorry to inform you, at least for this one, there's no animals to save or kill, unfortunately. But I guess it is what it is. Alright, so now we're going to go fight the boss over here. And let me tell you all a little story about this game that is a bit unfortunate, but also, I guess, kind of preventable. So, allegedly, the people who made this game, they ran out of a lot of their budget was spent on the FMV cutscenes that I'm mostly skipping in this run. And because of that, you see his boss right here we fought earlier? We're fighting him again. But however, he functions a little bit differently. This is Slench. This is Slench 2 in particular. And yeah, he functions a little bit differently from the first one. So I can't actually. So the only way to hurt him this time is by using G to tear, the power that we got in this area here. So that's how this works. Unfortunately, bosses had to be repeated because they ran out of budget, allegedly. Which, like, if that didn't happen, this game would be even cooler than Array is, honestly. But yeah, that's an unfortunate thing. I had theories for a while as to, like, why, like, bosses got repeated in this game, but that's unfortunately the reason why.
Mr. Shasta, do you mind if I jump in real quick and correct something that I said a moment ago?
Go for it.
So Dangerous donated $20 to the Save the Animals, and I misunderstood and thought it was referring to the last run, but we actually do have another Super Metroid run coming up on the Sunday portion of the stream, which that will go to. So I just wanted to jump in and correct myself and apologize for the error, Dangerous. Ooh. Thank you for the $20 still, though. But get your donations in. We'll be happy to read more of them. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you so much. Also, I got the cutscene skip there. I saved 10 seconds. Hey, let's go! Hell yeah! All right, so now we're just gonna escape, or quote unquote, like 20 air quotes on each side, escape. So we have 7 minutes to get out of this planet right now, and what's plenty of time to do other stuff, right? That's plenty of time to just kind of mess around, like go make yourself a little cup of coffee. Go order some DoorDash, get some food in general, and then we can leave the planet. That's essentially what we're doing right now.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go poop.
Yeah, sounds good too. But so we're gonna do that. We're just gonna mess around real quick before we actually leave this planet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a very precise out of bounds clip right here. That's gonna allow me to skip this boss fight that I should be facing right now, where I fight the Hunter Trace. So, let's see if I can get it. Missed it, unfortunately. It's very precise. The idea here is I'm supposed to clip out of bounds while everything else is still loaded in. If I clip out of bounds normally here, that's not the case. But I need everything to still be loaded in. So, I got a little visual cue for this. This should work. There we go. Second try. Nice. So yeah, notice how everything's loaded in right now. That's important. That's going to allow us to go right past that barrier and go through this door. And now we're into the second half of Arcterra. We're not supposed to be here for a while, but we're just gonna go through here and get most everything we need. First off, we got to destroy these enemies here. Oh, that was a cool bounce. It actually like bounced all the way around there and hit the enemy just randomly. That's kind of cool, honestly. But yeah, so here's a little rescan of the boss we fought earlier. He's just now made of ice instead of lava, or magma, or whatever you want to call it. Made of volcano. Oh, he gave me some bad luck though. He went back into the ground there after two attacks from him. But it is what it is. But with that, we have Imperialist, which is the power that Trace normally has, but we just skip him, so don't worry about that. But yeah, Imperialist. Oh, actually, can I no-scope this? Hold on. Hey, I no-scoped it. Let's go. So Imperialist is like a sniper rifle, essentially. It does one long beam that does a ton of damage. That's the whole point of it. And if we headshot... Huh? What up?
Hold up. So you're rocket jumping, and now you have a railgun. Is this a Quake 3 total conversion mod?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's so cool, though. There's so many cool things like that in this game. I love it. But yeah, now we're going over here. We have Imperialists. We can go through that door there, no problem. We couldn't before. We were in this area before, we could get this area before if we wanted to, but now we can go through there, no problem. And this area is an artifact, but in order to get the artifact, we need to actually unlock the cage just around it, essentially. The sort of diamond-looking thing. So, we need to break, we need to destroy that barrier there, just hit the switch, get that switch over there, and then get the artifact. There is a task in this game that skips this entire room by doing a very weird, precise out-of-bounds clip. It's not RTA valuable, but like it's really cool. It skips like all the tedious stuff in this room. It's nice. And you just also clip out too and skip this fight. The task this game's insane. I love it. Shout out some memory for making it a long time ago. Still holds up pretty well despite all the new stuff in it. Hello? Oh no, I missed them. Oh no. Hi, you're here too. You gotta destroy. There's 2 guardians there. You have to destroy them. I missed my headshot at the one that just like wouldn't come near me for some reason. So took a little bit to kill that one, but it's all good. But yeah, now we're just gonna go back over here and get another artifact back in the area where we were at before. We didn't get it before because there's actually an elevator cycle we have to make in order to like get up to where we need to go there, and it's a bit faster to go over here and then go back and get the elevators. No problem. So yeah, now we're back over here, and then we're gonna get one more artifact over here. We could get all 3 of them in this area while we're quote unquote 5 billion air quotes escaping, but not doing that. There we go. Now unlock the barrier there for later, for travel later. Now we're just gonna destroy this portal here like that, and then destroy all these enemies in this room. Also forgot about this portal here. Alright, cool. And then you're going down. Perfect. The one time we use missiles for actual combat is just to destroy that one enemy there, because it allows us to actually move a bit further over here while destroying it. Nothing more than that. That's the only reason why. Alright, so now we're going back over here, and this missile jump right here saves like 5 seconds, because normally you have to watch a cutscene after we have to shoot a pillar, and it makes like a 5-second long cutscene of like just the pillar just coming down, just being knocked down. But that saves like 5 seconds. You don't watch that. And later on in the game, when we come back to that area, the pillar for some reason is just down anyways. No. Rip. Barely missed the elevator cycle there. It's all good though. I didn't know what cycle I was on because trace could take a little bit too long, but it's fine. No big deal. We're good. Alright, so now we're just gonna go, and we're gonna go to the final area of the game we have not been to yet, which is Vesper Defense Outpost. Which, personally, to me, is the hardest segment of the entire run. So I hope this all goes well. I really hope it all goes well. But yeah, this is the hardest segment because we're gonna do a segment, spoiler alerts, in one go. So normally how this game works is that you're supposed to be each planet is separated into 2 different areas. You can get all 3 artifacts in each area and then defeat the boss in that area, and do that 8 times and then beat the game. In this case, for whatever reason, you can just kind of through use of out of bounds and certain glitches, just beat this area in one go instead of being in 2 or 3 goes. And 2 or 3 trips rather, I guess is probably a better way to phrase it, but yeah. That's our plan here, is to do exactly that. First off, we're gonna go over here and get the very final item we have not gotten yet. There's 6 of them to get in this game, and we still have to get this one over here. And then, in order to do that, though, we're gonna do something cool. We're gonna clip out of bounds once again. Oh, I actually just clipped through the pillar behind me. That's weird. There we go. And that's Battlehammer. I need to also land this platform here so I don't die. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna miss this cycle because I clipped a second try, unfortunately, but it's fine. Battlehammer is one of the worst powers in this game. It's up there with Volt Driver, but Volt Driver is good because it's useful. But yeah, Battlehammer is essentially kind of like a machine gun, but the bullets kind of arc a little bit when you shoot it. So it's not super good, but it exists. And you know what? That's pretty cool. And fun fact as well too, the fact that he didn't have Battle Hammer makes it so we couldn't do Celestial Archives, the first area in the game, all in one visit, because the sludge fight in that area can only be heard with Battle Hammer, and we didn't have that before, so yeah. But now we're gonna go over here, scan this through the wall because we just can. That will unlock a UA tank for later. The first scan is because we needed to in order to actually advance the game. We had no choice otherwise. But yeah, now we go all the way back over here and then do another clip using missiles. This missile clip I'm going to do in a second is actually pretty difficult because before the missile hits the wall, I need to hold right. If I time that I hold correctly, I'm able to clip into the crystal behind me and get an artifact, but it's really precise. It usually just takes me a few tries, but hopefully this time is the one where I get a first try, like no problem. Nope. There we go, I actually got second try. There we go, nice. I actually like how that clip is kind of swag, not gonna lie. I actually like that one a lot. Yeah, now we get this enemy here. He takes you have to charge a Adjudicator at him and then shoot him with a normal power beam after that. That allows me to destroy him. Then we go right up here and go fight another hunter. Right over here. This fight is really hard because if it misses shot I'm about to do in a second, this fight becomes very annoying. There we go, I got the shot, we're good. I have to headshot Silex here, the name of this hunter. If I don't do that, then he's gonna start running towards me, and then that fight becomes very, very random. But thankfully, we're good. And now I'm gonna hopefully headshot him right here, no problem, and then hopefully him right there. Now we should be going damage, and oh, not going damage just yet. Hello? Hello? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Why are you there? Stop that. Ah, no. I didn't defeat Silex fast enough there. If I defeat him fast enough, that cutscene doesn't happen. Don't know why, it just doesn't happen. So yeah, Silex gave me a little bit of trouble because he didn't take as much damage as I thought he would. I don't know why, because I headshot him both times. And shot him while he was moving away. That's the strat there, but I don't know. Weird things have been happening this entire run. There's been some very weird stuff happening the entire time, so like, yeah. It's all good. Anyways, defeating him allows us to get an artifact, and then we just go back all the way back over here. Earlier I shot this door to that I'm about to go past to my right. We're gonna go through that door later, but for now shooting it just leaves it open. And that's important. Oh cool. The turret right above me just decided to fling me away from that morphball tunnel, so that's the thing that happened. Anyways, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go right down over here. Unfortunately missed that cycle there, but no big deal. That was not a huge deal. I absolutely did. I got aimbot going on. Don't tell anyone. I don't have that. I don't know how to enable that. But yeah. Right over here we got the UA tank, and we got the switch which unlocks barrier. And that'll get us to the very last artifact of this area, and then we'll fight the boss from there. Oh yeah, but first we have to defeat a guardian here. Oops. This guardian's very easy though. We're just gonna go right here. Bam. Simple as that. Very easy. We're good. And now time for a boss, Numero Quattro, which is just another credit fight. In particular, this is credit 2. Now, since we have all the power, all the different powers in the game, all we're gonna do now is just we're gonna fight Credit here the exact same way every time from here on out. Which is gonna be for the eyeballs. I'm gonna use a Magma because it has a very large blast radius. And then once the actual crystal comes out, I'm just gonna start shooting it with shock coil and never let up. That's the idea. Oh, actually missed this one. We gotta wait a little bit. There we go. Alright, cool. And now when these eyes open up is random now for his last phase. So we gotta hope we get some pretty decent luck. Hopefully. I think it's one more. I think it's one more. Yeah, here it is. I missed it. Cool. Alright. And there's Cryfid too. And now, here's actually the part of the run that I'm most worried about here. So hopefully this all goes very well, like no problem. It's just that it has a very good chance of it not going well. For safety reasons, I'm actually gonna get this. I'm gonna get all these different, all the health around this room real quick. Just for safety reasons. I should be fine, like, if everything goes well, but, yeah. So we're gonna do another quote-unquote escape right here. Like I said, through use of glitches earlier, we, what am I saying? I mentioned earlier, through the use of glitches, we're able to do this whole area in one trip. So I'm gonna do that now. While also getting another item just a bit earlier than intended, and do not save like 2 minutes. So like, instead of doing it normally. So yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. This game has a barrier put in place right here. Hey, first try clip there, nice. First try clip on that barrier. That barrier is opened up. Barrier's only there when you escape. So yeah, there we go. Oops. Now we gotta destroy these 2 enemies here. The enemy in the portal right there, and then we're gonna do a corn clip into the wall here, just by more falling in that corner. And then here's the part I'm most worried about. But I got it first try, so no big deal. Good. Let's go. Yo. All right. So what I did right there was I did what's called a Coyote Jump. I jumped after I fell off it like I fell off the side of something, like off a cliff, for instance. In this case, I jumped after falling into the out of bounds area, and then if I did it at the right time, and was able to just kind of hit that artifact from underneath and still be in bounds, instead of getting the artifact and then falling to my death. If I fall to my death there, I lose over a minute. So yeah, we got that first try. Let's freaking go. I showed this game off like a few weeks ago in a GQ hotfix. And, like, this is the part I'm most worried about there as well. I got that first try in that hotfix as well, so hell yeah, let's freaking go. Hopefully next marathon I run this game in, like, that's not a big deal either. It's just first try there as well. Hopefully that's the case next time as well. Like, that'd be really cool. Just getting the first try in every marathon. That's the ideal outcome, I guess, but yeah. So, earlier, the out of bounds I did a second ago to get that artifact early, doing that allows us to just skip this fight right here with these guardians. Normally you have to fight them, and it takes forever because they have a lot of health, and they're all weak to different things. It's hard to keep track of. They run all around this area, and this area is pretty big. It's really annoying, but since we got the artifact early, we can just kind of skip that entire fight and just go straight over here. No problem at all. Which is really cool. I'm very glad. I'm very, very glad that's a thing. So we're just gonna do that. Go right over here. And get our last artifact right over here. Simple as that. So we have 60 seconds now to escape here. I forgot to mention it, by the way, because I was popping off from that trick earlier, but the reason why we're able to do this whole area in one go is because I was able to cancel the escape sequence using another timer, and another timer in this case was the timer that's like gave me that switch earlier that unlocks that unlocked that one like portal essentially. So I was able to cancel the escape sequence here, which like is not a thing you're normally able to do. you can't do any area in one go except for this one because you're able to just cancel that escape with 2 timers. Just overwrites both of them. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Very complicated to explain. I'm kind of missing a lot of things. So I'm still a little bit flustered from the game this run, but it's all good. And also I ran out of water, so that's fun. It's all good though. No big deal. It happens. It's all good. I'm still chilling. I'm chilling, but a little bit shaky still. Is all I know. We'll get there though. It's all good. We're past all the really hard stuff in the run at this point. Now that we got past that glitch there a second ago, I say it's not feeling this. I say it's not feeling this, which is like not really that hard. Hello? Can I get this? Oh man, they patched it. Oh no. There we go, now we got it. That is pretty precise right there, but like, it's not that precise, you know? It's not that precise, but whatever. Anyways, we're going over here, and we'll be fine. Yeah, thank you all for staying up to this, by the way. It was currently still up in the chats. Y'all are the best. It's almost midnight over here in California right now. That's where I am. In other parts of the world, it's past midnight. That's pretty late. So thank you all for being here. Anyways, we're gonna fight Slench 4 now. This is the 4th version of Slench. We're supposed to fight this one like last or second to last, like in the game. But yeah, the trick here is that he's on the ceiling now. He's only hurt by Magmall, and he's gonna like start moving around on the ground in a second. Now that I've destroyed all his tentacles. And this is what he does. He just rolls around until eventually he stops. Now, if I wanted to go for PB for a PB, which I'm not in this case, I would hit him with a certain amount of bombs on the ground here, which for some reason advances his checkpoints for when he actually stops, and allows me to hit him a bit sooner. Because while he's rolling around there, he's completely invincible. It's not really hard to avoid him. I don't know why anyone thought this would be a challenge, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so for marathon safety, because if I mess up the bombs that I mentioned a second ago, I soft lock. For marathon safety, we're not going for that because soft locking is bad. But what I will do for fun is I'll show you all a little glitch right here. So I'm gonna morph into his door, unmorph, and for some reason I can just shoot right here in the corner. And just to prove that this is actually Samus shooting, bam! Check that out. That's a mind hack right there. Why does that happen? I don't even know. That's weird. It's so weird. Can't show that off in the PB attempt. Alright, so if there's any donations right now, now is the perfect time.
We actually don't have any at the moment, but I do want to remind everybody that we are still taking donations here for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and we are $102.35 away from our next milestone, which is the Nice Hat Bro incentive for the Messenger, which will be coming up on day 3. So we are still here. This is our last run for Saturday, but we are still here for the next few minutes. So get your donations in. We'll be happy to read them. And thank you to everybody who has donated.
Thank you very much. Oh, I missed my shot here. There we go. We're good. I think I'm lined up perfectly as well here too. I should be able to skip this cutscene. Yeah, we got it. Nice. Cool. That's 2 out of 3 so far. We got one more Slench fight. So we can maybe get that during that fight. We'll see. But yeah, good stuff. Let's go. And now it's time to escape. But like, actually, for real this time, we're escaping. We've gotten every item in this area in Vesper and Outpost, so we can actually just leave. So we're gonna go do that. We're gonna just go. We can just do that. But in order to actually leave, though, we need to do this little trick here. This little cool thing. So what we're gonna do is go in this corner. Oops, I messed up. I messed up. So let's try that again. We're going. So the barrier's still there, even if you can't see it. The barrier we jumped over earlier. So we're gonna go in the corner, jump in midair, and then hold forward after we pause right there, which allows the whole area to just load in. And that allows us to just kind of skip past that barrier for whatever reason. Don't know why, but yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. I think this run's currently on pace to go over estimates, because like this I'm losing about a minute right here in the split I'm currently on, and I lost 9 minutes earlier on the first split from all the shenanigans that happened there. So sorry in advance for that. On the bright side, other than that one split, everything else has gone pretty decently so far. So like it's whatever, I guess. But apologies for that. That's like the one thing that went badly. Unfortunately, it's a very important thing to not have go badly. But yeah, it is what it is. For now, we're basically just doing cleanup of everything else we don't have so far, which is just all the items in this area in Arcterra, and also the artifact over here too. This area takes a little bit to get through, which is why we saved this area for last. Also, we're currently skipping an auto-scroller. We're supposed to go on a platform here in this room, but we can just go on the side and just skip it for whatever reason. It's very easy to skip to do, but you have to be careful of where you jump at the end there. Now here's a little barrier maze. In order to solve this one, what we do is we just jump up here like that, and then right over here, this opens up if we go far enough away. And there we go. Now, on the Japanese version of this game, for whatever reason, one of the few skips it has compared to English is you can just kind of skip doing what I just did there, and this elevator is just automatically open. Why isn't that triggering? There we go. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. That happens sometimes. Don't worry about it. This game's busted. That's all I know. That's my excuse whenever something weird happens that I'm not used to. I'm not used to happening in this game. Oops. Oh no. You gotta select the right power. You gotta select Judicator. There we go. Alright. Cool. If I'm not mistaken, according to the chat, someone just put in a large donation. Can we read that off real quick?
We do, in fact. We have we have a $20 donation from Mannix, who says, yes, we do have donations. And yes, we do.
Let's go.
Mannix, thank you for the $20. Thank you very much. That brings us less than $100 to $3,500, our next milestone. Thank you, Mannix.
Yeah, let's get it, chats. There's about 20-ish minutes left of this run. A little more than 20 minutes, I'd say, at this point. Let's see if we can do it by the end of this run. I think we definitely can. Oops. Missed my shot there. So in this room, we have to destroy all 6 Guardians that are gonna spawn here. There's one that like comes down and starts shooting ballot hammer shots at me, which like hits the other Guardians and makes them start moving around. So if also another thing too, if I stand still like this, all the Guardians will just kind of also stand still in front of me, which is very convenient. So like a lot of the strategy for defeating bosses or like hunters and Guardians in this game, it's just like stand still. You just gotta stand still because their AI just doesn't know how to handle that for some reason. They just kind of hang out around you, and we tell each other stories and have a nice, delightful conversation. But then we shoot them in the face, so you know that's just how life goes, I guess. Anyways, we're going over here. We're gonna drop down right here into that UA expansion, just right in the middle of the void, or right in the middle of the thing there. They're gonna drop back. They're gonna go back up here and just go right over to where the boss fight is and go fight that. That's the plan. Also of note, by the way, that the remix you hear in Arcterra is a remix of the Fendron Dress music from Metroid Prime. So shout out to that. That's a very awesome area in that game. Very awesome music in general. Huge fan. But yeah, this is actually credited for. The gimmick now is that he's moving. Whoa! He's got lasers. Whoa! Moving lasers. Whoa! It's not that hard. It's not that hard with the with what we have right now. It's no big deal. I didn't destroy one of the eyes I wanted to destroy here, though, so hopefully it's not a big deal. Yeah, okay, we're good. Oops. Okay, good. And yeah, we're good. Like I said, it's not that bad. It really is not that bad. It's not much of like it doesn't. The fact that it's moving does not add much difficulty to that fight. Let's just say that much. It only makes it harder to get the last one cycle on that like the very last phase of the fight. That's really about it. It's because if I don't hit the crystal in time there, it'll actually go back into credit fid. And that's not good if that happens, but like it's not horrible, I guess. I don't know. It's not a huge deal, but it does like skip. It does like lose time, so yeah, don't want that to happen. Yeah, now we're just gonna go right over here and escape. Like I said earlier, this pillar is now locked down, so we saved 5 seconds. We're not hitting it earlier. So callback. Hashtag Throwback Thursday over here. You know it's like Sunday now. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we're gonna go right through here. Sometimes there's a hunter in this room, but not this time. And now, since we use both the portals early, like the only way to actually get out of here is the intended way of getting out of here. So we're just gonna do that. Going right up here. Our ship is right at the very top of this area. And we're not gonna fall down right here. Cool. Bam. We're good. Now it's time to skedaddle, if you will. You ever play Metroid game? Oh, you gotta play some. Metroid Dread just came out 2 days ago now, and that game is phenomenal. I would not recommend starting with that game though if you can avoid it. My personal favorite is Metroid Fusion. That's the one I always recommend everyone in general as their first starting Metroid game. It's very straightforward and just really, really fun. Plus, I love the story of that game a lot, and it has honestly like some of the best like sound design in general on the GBA. Like the GBA is very limited in its sound, but it really just like uses all of it to it really pushes it to its limit. It's awesome. That's when everyone has a GameCube. Oh, you can buy a Game Boy player. Get Game Boy interface. Get a car of the game, or just emulate it. Either way, really. Like either way, it's good. It's a very good game. You'll love it either way. Yeah, so we gotta go through some dialogue right here, showing some lore. That's all it is. And that allows us to get this artifact. This is the final artifact that we need to defeat the boss. By the way, we're actually in the area of the game we were in an hour ago. The very first area, the very first starting area of the entire game. That's where we are right now, just for the record. So earlier we got 5 artifacts, like 3 in the first area, and then defeat the boss, and then two on the way over here. And then now we got that last artifact. Now we're gonna fight the boss. We didn't fight the boss earlier because we needed Battle Hammer to actually hurt the boss. And yeah, now we have it, so we can finally fight it. A donation total? Did we get another donation then?
We sure did. We have an $82.35 donation from Anonymous.
Specific, I like it.
Who says, "Nice hat, bro," which is a reference to the milestone that just got met for the messenger, which means that we just hit $3,500.
Let's go.
Thank you very much, Anonymous, whoever you were. Thank you very much for 3,500. Thank you very much. Keep them coming in. I'll be happy to read whatever you got.
So we got the goal for today then in that case, but can we go even further beyond, chats? Do we get to 3,600 in fact? Is that possible? Can we do that? Is that possible?
I think it's possible. We still got a whole nother day of this too, so don't even think about ending right now. We got a whole another day. We still got a few more moments on this run too.
We can get 4,000 even, maybe.
Sure could. The sky is the limit.
The sky is definitely the limit. So yeah, for this lunge fight, only battle hammer hurts it, both the tentacles and the actual like body itself. So yeah, you can one shot. You can like do a one cycle on each phase here, but it's really hard to do in this last phase especially. I missed on the second phase though, so I doubt I'll get this, but we'll try for it anyways. The task is able to actually get a one cycle here, which has been very impressive to say the least. Oops. I don't think I'm lined up correctly, but if I am, I will be very pleasantly surprised. I am! Let's go! Another cutscene skip. Hell yeah! Cool. Alright, that's actually 3 for 4 cutscene skips. That's awesome. Shout outs. Damn, this game's broken. Alright, so now we're gonna escape, but like actually for real this time. No quotes around the word escape, we're actually just gonna go. We're getting out of here. In order to get out of here fast, we gotta make this elevator cycle, which thankfully we did. Very handily. That one leaves pretty quickly, so like we gotta get over there as soon as we can. Alright, so normally I might still go a little bit faster. Yeah, we'll go a little bit fast. As a treat. This room is one of the hardest rooms to go through, like, normally. Because you can just kind of fall down here if you're not careful. And just, you know, and die, and that's bad. And you have to restart the whole escape sequence if that happens. So, like, I guess for marathons, I want to be very, very careful here to not die. And yeah, there at the end there, I decided not to do more morph ball stuff, so yeah, we're good. We're out. Oops, I did not hit you in the head. That's not good. Oh, never mind, we're good. That's fine. You went back over there and lined up in front of me. We're fine then. No big deal. Yeah, we're gonna actually escape here. We skipped a lot of stuff in Celestial Archives just because we came here a bit early. Just because we were able to escape through that portal earlier. Like after getting like 2 of the 3 artifacts in this area. There's a few different fights we could have done in the end, but if we didn't do that, just on the way to getting the other artifacts and stuff. But yeah, didn't happen. And that's good because it's fast. We're essentially able to skip a lot of luck by doing all this, by getting Volt Driver early and going to that area way earlier than intended. That's a thing. But yeah, now we have 1 planet left. We have gotten everything in Celestial Archives, we've gotten everything in Vesper's Outpost, got everything in Arcterra. All we need now is to go to Linos and get everything here. And there's a good reason why we save this planet for last, but I'll save it until we actually get there. But for now, we're gonna get the last artifact that we need, which is right over here. And we're gonna do a cool little out of bounds here. This one's very unique. We're going to this morph ball tunnel. Gonna unmorph and hold back there, so we're just kind of clipped into this tunnel a little bit. And I messed up the jump. There. Oh, I did not get stuck up there. It's really weird. So because that happened, we're gonna try that again. But I was planning to get that UA and take on the way out of here, but we're just not gonna do that now. Instead, we're gonna go back over here again, try that again, and fail it. As intended. Don't you worry. This is all manip. Yes. It's that. Believe me, trust me, I'm the runner. I won't lie to you. Anyways, we're gonna go back over here, jump right up here like that, and then go right through the morph ball tunnel. And then in order to clip ourselves out of the morph ball tunnel, we gotta just missile ourselves on the ground. And we're not supposed to be staying up in this area. This area is supposed to be we're supposed to be in morph ball here because we're supposed to get this artifact after going through a giant morph ball like obstacle course, if you will. And then we leave, but we're supposed to be just like forcing the morph ball while we're in that area, and we can't get ourselves out of it. But for whatever reason, if you clip into it, it just doesn't force in the morph ball, so you're good. It's no big deal or anything. And now we're gonna fight the very last corrupted fights and get our 8th and final Octolith. That's what we're gonna do. I'm glad that this orbs will do a whole lot of damage to you, otherwise I would be more concerned about them. This fight's very simple. It's just like the other ones, except like Cryptid 4, the last phase is not really random. So yeah, this fight's basically just Cryptid 4, except it just doesn't move. That's what it all comes down to. So if you got any more donations or anything else to read off, now that should be a perfect time, I'd say.
Not at the moment. We just want to let people know that we're still taking donations for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. And if you got any more donations to bring in for the remainder of this run, let us know. I'll be happy to read them.
I accidentally broke my shock oil chain there, so rest in peace. We gotta do this the 4th time. That's okay. Shouldn't take too long. Just a mild annoyance, if you will. I've been slightly inconvenienced on this day. Alright, there we go. We're good now. Ah, heck darn frick. That slight inconvenience really did a number to me. It's fine, no big deal. Just a small time loss. The fact that I have lower health now too is not really a huge deal, but you know, just because I can, I'll get some health right here. Alright, so now we're gonna escape from here. We're gonna get one item on the way out, or we're gonna get one item on the way out of here too, just because, you know, we haven't gotten it yet. Convenient to do so during this escape, etc., etc. We also couldn't earlier because we needed Magmol for it, and with the route we were doing, we couldn't get Magmol at that time and then get the item. It would just be slower if we did that. But now, for whatever reason, during this escape sequence, there's no Magmol barrier around the item that we need to actually get. Which doesn't really matter for us, considering we have Magmol now, but... like, yeah, that's just the thing. It's right up here. Normally there's a Magmol barrier, but not this time. Now we got Missile, and now we're just gonna go. Oh, we clipped through the Morphball tunnel. Nice. That can happen sometimes. Alright, now let's hope for some good luck right up here. This room I'm about to go into, after this room right here, it's random if there's like an enemy in it or not. If there's an enemy in it, I have to destroy it before I can continue, because the door's locked. If there's no one, then we save time. Alright, we save time. Nice. Hooray! Nice. Now, there's always enemies in this room here, either a guardian or just like someone else. In this case, because of the music, I know there's a guardian here. In this case, it's Candon, looks like. Hi, Candon. Candon, can you not be a snake right now? Alright, there we go. Thank you, Candon. That's a bit of a weird fight, but it's okay. Now, the reason why we came over here is because if we come over here into this room, we cancel the escape sequence by initiating the thing that allows us to unlock the final area of the game where you face the final boss, Oubliettes. Oops. I need to hit the door first before it opens. There we go. And now that we've done that, we can go ahead and get 2 more items on the way out of here. And escape here just normally. Yo, Anonymous Skipper, thanks for giving us sub to Enigma. Enjoy the emotes and stuff. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Yeah, first thing we're gonna do is go down here into what I call the acid tunnel, if you will. This tunnel it's just gonna hurt us over and over again until we get to the bottom of it and get the item right at the end of it. Oops, I don't know why I boosted that way. That was weird. It's all good though. It's all good. We go right over here, down to the pits, all the way around. Bada bing, bada boom, ba bam, zing zing zoom. We zooming. I'm making noises because I don't know, commentary. Yeah. Going all the way up here to a little boost, just like that, and then if I do this correctly, I should get around here and get the item. There it is. And then bam, right up there. And then we unlocked this barrier earlier because we had got Volt Driver early. So now we're just gonna go right past over here. And this allows us to get out of this area. This allows us to get out of this area, essentially. But we're actually locked because there's a barrier in front of the Morph Ball Tunnel that we normally use to get out of here. So, first off, we're gonna get this E-Tank we haven't gotten yet. But since we're currently locked in here, the way to get out is to clip out of here. And to do that, we gotta go over here, do a very unique clip where we're gonna put ourselves into this corner. I gotta actually reset the camera real quick. Hold on. There we go. And then I'm gonna use my touchscreen to just kind of clip me out of that spot there. To go right back into this maze area once again. And looks like there's no guardians in this area either. That's also another place where I can get bad luck, so cool, no guardian fights. That's time safe. And now we have all the items in the game except for one of them, and that last one is an oubliette. So yeah, let's go over there and let's go beat the game. How about that? Unfortunately, this run will go a bit over estimate because of what happened in the first splits. I still like both dying there and also what happened with a Volt Driver early. But it's okay. It's about the experiences and the journey along the way at the end of the day. Hope you all enjoyed this cool and very broken speedrun. Yeah, for now we gotta go end it. We gotta go beat this boss and stuff like that. Thank you. Yeah, I like that one a lot as well too. It's very unique. We love broken speedruns. I love them too. I'm a huge fan. For me, it's like, I love runs that are very execution heavy, whether it be just like a run that's like, has very few or no glitches in it, or a run that's just like very stupid, has a ton of glitches in it like this. There's like, the in-between is what is like a run I don't really like too much. If there's a lot of glitches, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll grind all of them out. Let's go. I love broken stuff. This run is especially that. There's a final item, by the way, just E-Tank right there. This run's incredible. I love it so much. Well, start run. I'll tell you all in the credits in a second. Let me explain the boss fight real quick. There's a lot to explain here. So on the wall. Oh, what the heck? I didn't select the right power. Okay, so on the wall here is all these different things. We need to hit all of them because this will unlock the second phase of the boss fights. The order is actually told to us in a dialogue we can scan for, so this isn't just like me guessing and checking or whatever. Especially not the first time I've ever done this. So yeah, we gotta hit that. Gotta hit this purple over there, and then bam, there we go. And that'll give us the second half of his boss fights. Alright, so now this is Goria. This is the final boss of the game right here. In this case, this is phase 1 of him. I'm doing what's called Goria Manip, or I actually gonna go right up near him, and you'll start hurting me. You'll do a little swipe at me. For whatever reason, if you do that, he'll switch to the very next phase of the fight. He'll switch to the very next power here. And what power I can hurt him with coordinates with like what color he's currently changed to right now. So for instance, since he's orange, I can only hurt him with Magmall. And this phase right here, he tanks a lot of hits. He has a lot of HP. Don't know why, but yeah. There we go. So the fastest powers to kill him with in this case are with both either Magmall or Judicator. They're about the same speed. And then Shock Coil right here, and then Imperialist. Basically purple and orange, or purple or orange, and then blue and then red. Those are the fastest. That's what we want them to be. Those are the fastest ones. And then you not break this Shock Coil. If I do, then this will not be very fast, but it's okay. Oh no, he did the funny thing. Can I snipe him? No, I can't. Dang. He did the funny thing there where he grabs me and throws me around. Unfortunate. Funny. Alright, right here? Right here? Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. Alright, so that took a little bit. That took a little bit of time. How about we just, we do a phase of the boss fight. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. How about that? So here's the last phase. Oh, I missed. Oh no. Here's the last phase of the boss fight. All right, cool. There we go. This is a one-shot kill to both shoulders now. And now this little circle here is gonna take 7 hits. And then now we're on to the second phase after that. And bam! Alright, so here we go. Here's the second phase of the boss fight here. This is only unlocked... We unlocked this in this run because this final item we need to actually defeat him down here is the Omega Cannon. Which, by the way, makes another appearance in Metroid Dread, so shouts to Metroid Dread. But, yeah. It's the Omega Cannon. It does count as a % if you get this, so that's why we get it for this run. It does, so in the end, it actually does count as an item. And in multiplayer, this weapon was very, very OP. It drops kind of randomly, and it just does a lot of damage. It's essentially one-shot kills anyone. In this case, it's only thing that hurts Gory at phase 2 here, so we have to use it. We can't use anything else. And now, this last part's pretty random. Where Gory actually goes to is just up to fates. So we'll see where he goes to. If he appears below me, like right back to like the very bottomless area, then that's bad. Time will be as soon as I defeat him, by the way. Or time would be as soon as the credits appear after I defeat him, rather. Back here, okay. I'll call him back, yeah. Just give him the warning. So we got two more hits now. Alright, cool. And there we go. And time is now. GG's.
Alright,
that was Metroid Prime Hunters right there. Someone asked in chat why I run, by the way. I just playing a lot there, so I apologize. So recently, yeah. So recently, I've been running a lot of Metroid games. This being one of them, but also Samus Returns in preparation for Metroid Dread, which came out 2 days ago. And now I'll be screwing that for a while because that game is incredible. Oh my god, I love that game. That game is incredible. I did my first run of it earlier today. So if y'all want to see some Metroid Dread speedruns, you know where to follow. You know where to follow. Yeah. But yeah, I do a lot of that. In general, I love running DS games and GBA games. So a lot of my main speed games for a long time have been like Kirby games, for instance, and also Metroid games, because a lot of my favorite games are on both those systems, and they're all just great speedruns. But I've also run games like Wario Land 4 before, and also Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Both games I've run extensively in the past. I've run a lot of stuff. I like speedrunning. Speedrunning's pretty cool.
pretty
But
fun.
I mostly focus on like the Kirby and Metroid series, and that's a lot of people know me for. Especially some of the weirder games like this one. But yeah, I'll be just doing Metroid Dread. If you want to see some Metroid Dread speedruns, yeah, you know what to follow.
Kirby 64, am I right?
I've run that before too. I love that game.
Yeah, you ran
Hell
it for
yeah.
us, I believe.
I think so a while ago, yeah.
Yep.
That game's really cool.
It is.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack's a bopper.
Oh, it's incredible. I love it. Yeah, there's a final screen right here, just to show you all that I got all the items in the game. Let me go back to the main menu real quick. Just right over here. And there we go. So that's actually all the items in the game. There are 9 missile expansions, 12 UA expansions, and 7 E-tanks. That's all there is. So there you go. GG's. We're good.
GG.
Yep.
So,
I'm done.
where does that leave us?
Well, very, very relieved we did get all those weapons. It's good to have confirmation there. But yeah, that leaves us here. We're at the end of day 2 on the Metroidvaniathon here on NoReset. We're at $3,500 even. That's where we're leaving day 2. We're going to go get some rest, and they're going to be back here tomorrow. I'm going to be signing off right here. It is a pleasure to be involved in this event again. Always love G-Virus and DDG. Great folks hanging out with us. Thank you for having me again, and I'm going to throw it to G-Virus to ultimately sign off day 2 and get you ready for day 3. So thank you all very much for having me. G-Virus, it's your floor now.
All right, well, let me just get right back at you with, thank you for being with us, and you're extremely generous of your time, and every time, like, oh, we have an event there, and you're like, okay. Like,
you're very welcome.
Thank you for being with us. I really
always
appreciate
glad to do it. You guys always treat me very, very well, and I always remember people that do that. So if you've done that for me, I'll give you as much as my time as I can give. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. And I think that's a good way to close the stream, y'all.
Hold on, show this cutscene. Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me as well too.
You're very welcome. Thanks for being with us. Like I always say, without runners, there's no event. You know, so
That's true.
we're just here putting this thing together so that ultimately the show's about you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Shasta, thank you very much. I'm gonna be going back to the music transition after a while, and feel free to hang out and chat, and have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Can I cut stream now, by the way?
Yeah, y'all have a good night. Thank you. It was a pleasure.